Morning, guys. Let's see. Mireya, Ethan, Karina here, Logan,
Here.
Andrew, Alex, Laurel, Mobley, Lauren Moore, Stevie here, Darren, Carter, Randall, Jared, Smith is excused, Bryson, and Clayton. Okay. I posted I think I put in the wrong file, just a second. Let me edit this. I think we left it like this. It's the version of the file that we last worked with. So that we could continue from there. Okay. Actually, let me make that a bit bigger. The way we kind of set it up, let me color code these. This is my input. You guys kind of got a preview about how to use Solver to solve this problem. Namely, no, I don't want to. Given a level of expected return, we are trying to find the set of portfolio weights that yields the lowest risk. And at this point, we will not put any restriction on those weights. They could take any value as long as they add up to 1. Okay? In fact, I'm going to change our structure a little bit. This is for later purposes. If you remember, we let the last set of weights to be a function of the previous ones. I'm going to actually make this one general enough. Let me put right here sum of weights, and you're going to find out what I want that very soon. Obviously, that's not a feasible portfolio, but So we're gonna want two things for the portfolios we consider. One, the sum of weights will add up to one. That's kind of natural. And two, we want the reward of a given portfolio to equal a specific number. Okay? Let me change the color code on that. Maybe bluish. Just to remind me that it's a little bit different. So whatever those weights are, they're right here. They need to obey two restrictions. One, some of them should be equal one, and two, the average return during the life of these funds should equal a given number. Now, before going into that, let's define a concept of inefficient portfolios. A portfolio basically a given set of weights is called inefficient if there exists another feasible portfolio that has higher rewards and lower risk. Okay. Let's kind of look at some of the numbers. For example, let's see. Let's look at the gold, for example. This is a rather trivial portfolio. You put everything into gold. Its reward is 877 and, or let's use the trim mean, and its risk is 176, okay? On the other hand, look at the portfolio that comprises of only SPY. It has a higher reward and slightly lower risk. So if these were your only choices, I told you that you cannot consider any other portfolio. Which one you would have picked? Gold or SPY? Assuming obviously the historical averages are good predictors of what's going to happen in the future. That's always a problem you have with using past data. You assume that future is going to look like the past. Otherwise, the entire business of forecasting doesn't mean anything. But in this simple environment, if I use a portfolio of SPY, I'm expected to get a higher return, right? 1093 versus 867. But on the other hand, I also have lower risk as measured by mean absolute deviation on that. Hence, SPY dominates GLD. That means GLD is inefficient. For example, a portfolio that comprises only of GLD, the gold ETF, has a lower return, lower reward, and higher risk than a portfolio that comprises only of SPY, S&P 500 ETF. Thus, GLD portfolio is inefficient. So let's highlight that. The portfolio is called efficient if there exists no other feasible portfolio that has a higher reward and lower risk. Technically speaking, we're going to talk about if there exists a portfolio that has the same reward but a lower risk, then we're going to consider the original portfolio inefficient as well. But those happen only at the margin, so we're not going to worry about it. No rational investor would or should